Hello, my name is Kevin and welcome to the Love Decanters channel. So today I'm going to talk about the tricks for knowing if the stopper is the right stopper for a decanter. So you don't always know anything about a decanter, okay? Who it's made by, what period it's from, or any of those kind of things. But there's little things that you can look at that will tell you, is this stopper right or not? Not just that it fits, but a bit more than that. So let me show you some examples of things that go together and explain how things can go wrong sometimes as well. And just little tricks for this looks like this, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean. So, so I'm going to point the camera down and show you some glass. And so let's get on with it. So this is the first decanter I'm going to show you, and this is the perfect example of how everything goes together because we've got a matching stopper and bottle. If I was to take this stopper out and put it the other way up, you can see the patterns match. Yeah. So one thing, quite often, not always 100%, but there's usually a bit of symmetry between the pouring lip and the stopper, but that doesn't always work. But it's a nice little thing that you see quite often. Also, when you've got this kind of panel cut neck, yeah, you've got a panel cut neck on the stopper, and then this one's got this pattern cut on it, and you can see these are not quite symmetrical, some of them higher and lower. And then you've got on the body, you got the same. Yeah, so it fits nice and tightly. It obviously goes together. You can't miss it. And I've got a pair of these, and yeah, you can tell this stopper is made for this bottle. There is another little thing, but I'll show you on a different decanter because it's not so clear on this one. But yeah, I'll show you another decanter now for the next little trick. Okay. So this is a Thomas Webb decanter. I think it's like pre or post-war kind of thing. And yeah, so the stopper and the bottle are completely different colours. Oh no! Yeah, how do you know it's right? And even if you turn it upside down, there's no bobble in the middle of this, even though it's got a conical shaped stopper. But what it does have, yeah, it fits nice and tightly. So anything that's polish fitted, generally, especially if it's English, should fit nice and tightly. But let me show you something. I'll get close and see if this will focus. There's a number 6 there. Can you see it? Number 6. And then on the bottle, let me show you again. You can see the same number there. Yeah. So when they make the decanters, they make them in batches, and some bod sits there fitting the stoppers. Yeah. So he polishes this hole out and polishes these up to fit exactly. 2 stoppers don't exactly fit in the same decanter, so you won't find like 20 decanters all the same and all the stoppers fit exactly. It doesn't work like that. So what he does is he fits it, goes, this one's perfect for this. He's got like a dozen more. He doesn't want to mess them up because you might end up putting in one that almost fits and not realize it, and then you end up with a mess where you've got one at the end that doesn't quite fits quite badly, but they should all fit, like engineering, especially if it's English. Foreign ones not so much, but English ones definitely. So what he does is he etches a number on, scratches a number onto the stopper and the decanter, so you know that this, there's no messing around. If you mess them up at all, you can always come check the numbers and make sure that the right ones go back into the right places. So that is the next trick. The thing to remember about this though is that this didn't start until the Victorian era, and then it kind of As you go back in time, it fades. And even when you come forward in time, doesn't always mean that there's going to be a number. If you find a number and no other number, then yeah, that's not a match. So if one has got a number and the other hasn't, that's not a match. Or if the numbers are a mismatch, then that's not a match either. So yeah, that's the thing you got to watch out for. So yeah, the numbers, they've got to match. If either part has a number, there must be a matching number. The only thing is that sometimes the number's here, sometimes it's underneath, and sometimes it's right on the bottom. So be aware of that. You need to look very carefully. On the stopper, this one's here, but sometimes it's actually on the base here. And sometimes it's on the neck. Just so you're aware that, you know, a quick glance where I just showed you doesn't necessarily mean there isn't a number. Okay. So I've got a little, I think this is French. Why I think it's French is a completely another story, but anyway, I think it is. It's a little tiny claret. It's probably for Ricard or something. Anyway, Continental ones, they didn't scratch the number, they painted it. So let's see if I can show you this number, see if I can get it to show on here. Can you see there's a number there? I think it's 31. And yeah, so yeah, because this is painted, it's not black glass. And then on the bottom of the bottle, again, there we go. See if I can get it to focus there. You can see the number there, painted 31. So yeah, Continental ones, and that's another indication. If it's painted on, probably means it's European, yeah, and not English. Doesn't mean all European ones are painted. Sometimes they scratch them, but quite often you can tell the number. How can I say this? You have to know a bit of script really, but they write their numbers slightly differently. They just exaggerate different parts of the number, and you can quite often tell with a scratch one that actually it's not a UK one. But then you have to be careful because the UK ones also change through time. As you go back into the Victorian era, the way they wrote the numbers was different as well. And this stopper is not fantastically fitted. It's not even tight. Yeah, it's because it's French, and yeah, that's the thing, is that French do very stylish things. Quite often the quality is not great. Hence, this is painted and not black glass that they've added. Yeah, if it was English or Bohemian, this would probably be black glass. Or actually, especially if it was English, this would be black glass. Bohemian, bit so-so, but French, yeah. If a lot of them are painted, and it's just they make some very good quality glass. Some of the makers made very good, but they made a lot of stylish, not so great quality. And yeah, stoppers not fantastically fitted, but the numbers match. And then you've got this painted element as well, so you know this goes with this. So you've got to just keep your eyes open for the whole thing. Does it look right? And then there's little details. So I brought in a lovely Georgian decanter, probably from about 1800. Nice, kind of not quite tapered, shouldered decanter, I would say, but it's an earlier shape. But this cutting is, so you kind of like saying 1800, 1810, because it's like an earlier shape, but with a type of cutting that went on post that. Anyway, one thing notice here is that actually the stopper is a little bit wider than the neck. And the first thing you've got to look for is it has the lip being cut down, and you just look, does it feel like a natural lip, or does it feel like someone's polished it off? And this feels very natural. So yeah, so that leaves you another little worry, is this a stopper that's been fitted? Now, one of the things you've got to look for is, see, this is a matte finish and this is a matte finish. Let me show you. If I drag this one back, yeah, if these were the other way around, yeah, you'd admit, one, it kind of, yeah, to my eyes it doesn't look right, but that polish into that matte neck does not go. Should never go. Yeah, you should never see that. I've never seen any examples that are like that where I think that's right. Yeah, even though these actually sit about the right place. You can see I've carefully selected this for this video. so yeah, you can see that, yeah, these are wrong, because that's polished into matte and that's matte into polished, and that you should never see that. So this is the way around, even though these, yeah, clearly different period decanters, stoppers and decanters. Anyway, but this one is still has this question over it, because the mushroom is a little bit bigger than the lip, and normally it's fairly exact. Occasionally it's a bit bigger, a bit smaller, but yeah, you go, it's a little bit bigger. So what else? So when it's a rough one like this, what do I look for? I look at, does this look like it's been repolished, or does it look original? Now there's a bit of naked glass on the edge there, which makes me think, that makes me lean towards it being original. But also, let's see if I can get it to focus. You can see just here, there's a ring around it that's smooth. Yeah. Now, when this was made, it would all be completely rough. And over the couple of 100 years, this bit, which is in contact with the bottle, which creates the seal, has been worn smooth, okay? And if I look inside the bottle, you can see further down, where it's rough, and that would have been all rough when it was done, there's a smoothie bit there. Can you see it? There's like it's most of the way down it's rough, and then there's a smooth bit, and then it's rough again. And where that sits together, if you kind of like go, how does that go? Does that go in the right place? Yeah. Where the smooth bit is on both the stopper and the bottle matches up. So that takes a long, unless someone sat there going like this for hours and hours, yeah, it takes a while to make that smooth bit look natural like that. So that makes me feel that's a good one. Another nice thing you see here is just in the neck there, there's quite little bumps. Yeah, so that's just always a nice thing to see. It makes you feel like, yeah, this is a proper period piece, it's not a copy. But anyway, that's one thing that you can look for when you see a rough fitted one like that. Does this look like it matches up with this inside here? Yeah, so even if you don't know anything about it, just see, does this peg look like it goes with this bottle? It's just a thing. You don't have to know anything about it, just go, does that look like it goes with that? By looking inside and looking at this and thinking, does that fit nicely together? So that's one of the things I look for. So I've got another mushroom stopper one here. This one, the mushroom is a bit smaller than the neck. Can you see? Than the pouring lip? Yeah, so it's a bit the wrong way around. And also, it doesn't fit very well. So, if it doesn't fit, this is not actually a good quality decanter. It's mold blown. It's an Irish one. It's actually a very rare thing. But you have to look at the quality of the thing going, yeah, this is a badly made decanter. And it's badly fitted. Look at that. Almost all of the stopper. There's a little bit of rough to fit it, and there's a little bit of rough in there to fit it, and it kind of sits in there. So it's difficult to tell, because in all the books I have these in, it doesn't come with a stopper. It comes with one which looks more like that, but a molded one that's like that. So you kind of go, is this right or is it wrong? It kind of looks right to me. The fitting here matches with the fitting here, in that they're both badly done, and whatever went with that would never fit tightly. I have the advantage, yeah, I've got two. So when you see a pair and you see two matching stoppers, so I have a few that kind of like, yeah, don't fit fantastically, but when it's a pair, you get a little bit of comfort from it. Yeah. So yeah, I think these are right. There's so few of them that, you know, there's no, how can I say, established shape for the stopper, I would say. Yeah. And even the one in the book, I think usually the one in the book is usually the same one that they keep showing over and over again in the National Museum in Dublin in Ireland. So even that might not be right. So I think that's it. I'll have a think on and see if I can think of anything else. I thought, seeing as this is a new acquisition and it's right here on the table, I'd have a look. And what makes this right? One, I've got 3 of them. They come with a stand, so yeah, they're all the same. But again, you can see the pattern there. Cut neck, and then that pattern there matches that pattern there. And then, if you look here, I'm just trying to show you this one. This is one like, which is everything bells and whistles. It's got the number 24 there. Yeah. And then the stopper, if I can find it, where is the number? Yeah. So unusually the number on this one is there on the neck. Because remember, I said sometimes it's on here, sometimes it's on here, but occasionally it's on the neck, and there it is, 24. So you know that that's right. So yeah, so sometimes you get everything, and you can properly verify that this really goes together. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm not going to show you any references because I'm trying to show you that what to look out for when you don't know what you're looking for. You know, if you didn't know anything about these decanters, is this the right stopper or not? That's what I'm trying to show you, how to figure that out for yourself. So I'm not going to show you any references for these decanters or anything because you'll have to believe me what I'm telling you. But anyway, with that said, please remember to like and subscribe. It really helps my channel. And thank you for watching and have a good night. Good night.